Feel the weights of self. The truth that things are such a mess, far beyond recall. Mind that service, hard to put the words will say. What we do to deserve these, everything's so broken when you look at it that way. Oh, it's a disease, and there ain't no cure. Oh, the truth is such a void. Or do you want me to lie? Just like you do it, baby, just do it. Lie to you. Please ask me to. I feel so much better. We just avoid the truth. Baby, are you okay tonight? The screams into the trees, falling into the soup. The older I creep, the pain in my body, only for the things that might tease me. Well, I guess I'm too big about there being no real when my mama said jealousy, feelings in the backseat. Oh, you want me to lie? Yes, I can do it, baby, I can do it. Lie to you, I'm begging you. I feel so much better. We just avoid the truth. Baby, are you okay tonight?
What is up, Found Wellers? Welcome to episode 43 of We Hope This Finds You Well with Rob, Chuck, and Jimmy. Today is March 19th, and Jimmy and I are sharing a king-size bed in Harrisburg, PA.
It's very comfortable.
And I'm in Texas.
Rob's in Texas.
Always in Texas.
Always in Texas. So what the hell are you guys doing in Harrisburg?
We are in the mustiest hotel room that the Quality Inn of Harrisburg has to offer. And we are here to fucking rock the fuck out, which we did hard tonight when we went to go see Coheed and Cambria. And it was fucking amazing.
Where was the venue? Or what was the venue? I'm sorry.
It's called XL Live. It's kind of like... Now, you probably haven't been to a Stage AE. Have you been to Stage AE?
No, I was like in front of it and I've seen the building and whatnot, but I don't think it was actually a venue whenever I still lived there. I think it was like getting built or something.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Stage AE. It's
Yeah,
new,
pretty similar setup. It's a little smaller,
slightly smaller, but
which is a good thing in this scenario.
yeah, in this scenario, it was pretty good. It was clean inside. You know, good bathrooms.
Solid bathrooms.
It's important.
Super important.
Absolutely.
Hey man, we've been to some shows in some places that have had some of the most horrifying bathrooms.
Dude,
Yeah.
the worst bathroom I've ever been to was Club Laga.
Yeah, that was a bad bathroom.
No, I've been to
horrible.
worse. Actually, the one that comes to mind right off the bat is the Smiling Moose, but it wasn't bad. It was just awkward because there's like no doors. And
Oh yeah.
if I remember correctly, I think the urinal's like face to the toilets or something, some weird shit like that. I know.
Dude.
All I remember is every time I went in there,
I
I'd
don't know.
contemplate like putting something in front of the door
I
just to
didn't
keep
mind
Matt
that
Codwell
bathroom.
and or Artie out.
I definitely
you think
puked
of-
right in the urinal at the Smiling Moose. It was so
Directly in
gross.
the urinal?
It like splashed everywhere. It was horrible.
See, I was hoping forever had to clean it went all in.
I tried being a gentleman.
You can't be concerned about aim at points like that, though. You know what I mean? Like spray and pray kind of deal.
Yeah, that's it. That's the best you can do.
So, what at the show was it a huge turnout? Was there a lot of folks there?
Oh,
What would you assume?
This show sold out the same day tickets were released. It was one of the only ones to sell out that fast. I don't know if it's because it was a smaller venue.
Damn.
But this venue was, or this tour, I should say, was a smaller venue tour, which is why we decided to pony up and get out here, because they were doing, different cities like Harrisburg might not usually be on a bigger headlining tour.
Right. That's pretty awesome, though, man. I'm sure there's tons of fans and whatnot there. I'm sure the turnout was huge.
Oh,
More
dude.
the size
I
of the
think
venue.
people have been traveling from all over.
It looks like a
honestly.
lot of people came from Pittsburgh, Philly, and New Jersey.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that was fine. I mean, everybody got along. There was one dickhead in a Devils jersey, but you're gonna have that.
Well,
Well,
you
that-
can't
aren't-
you can't hold it against him just because he's from New Jersey.
well,
I can. though. I
isn't
just
that where
did.
they're from?
You know, that bro almost fell down in the pit, and I grabbed his hand and pulled him up. So
Did you?
yeah,
Wow,
Well, it's pit
you're
etiquette.
a class act, bro.
It's pit
Well, it
etiquette.
is pit etiquette, but he was wearing what was it again? Was it a Philly jersey?
Devils.
Oh, yeah, even worse.
Yeah.
Fuck it, no. No, I'd have left him down there.
Stomp on his neck.
well you
Yeah,
got
you get it, bro. That's your fault for liking the wrong team.
well you got to think though the gang from Second Stage Turbine Blade who beats and rapes Josephine is called the Jersey City Devils.
Yep.
We said Jersey City
Bro.
Devils at the same time in case. Let's jump on
Jinx. And you guys are in bed together. It's hot.
Yeah.
You guys are unfortunate. I feel bad that this isn't a video podcast. If you guys could see the amount of sexiness coming through my phone right now from Chuck and Jimmy, it is unbelievable.
We're
There's
so
some beautiful flowers, a really, really nice postmodern headboard. It's really,
Dude,
really
first of all,
classic.
This headboard has some padding here, so that means it's built to take a pounding. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, that's true. And you'll appreciate that later when you're biting it.
Well, you just assume that I'm the bottom here.
Well, Charlie's, bigger. I mean, but you do derive all your power from the bottom, so it could be Charlie. It could be Charlie.
Well, yeah, we are very comfortable right now.
And Jimmy claims he ordered 2 twin beds, but
I swear I did.
I'm not seeing it.
I swear I did.
Hey, listen. If you're not comfortable enough after being friends with this kid for this long, but then again, you can't look Jimmy in the eye and tell him I love you without his face turning red. So
we
I
gonna
don't think you have to
fucking do
worry
this
about
again?
too much stuff happening.
Jesus Christ.
If you guys are new to listening in, Jimmy doesn't do the I love yous in life. He's not into the touchy-feely, huggy stuff. And me and Charlie are big fans of telling each other that we love you. And Jimmy doesn't love us, apparently.
I don't think he
fuck.
does.
I do.
Aw, he's getting there.
Say it. Then you say it. And you say it on the internet.
This is as close as we're getting right now.
Come
Baby
on,
steps.
that's
All
good
right.
enough for now.
Well, I'll take it.
That's
So
pretty
what
good.
bands opened up for them?
Oh, that's a great question, Rob.
Oh,
We don't
amazing
fucking know.
question. So
Okay, so what types of bands opened up for them? If
There
you
was-
didn't know the names and whatnot.
So there was only one opening band. Let me just give you a recap of pretty much how our day went.
Yeah, give it to us. Let's hear it.
So I picked up Chuck probably about 12:30. We're starving. We like our days synced up so well. I texted him about 11:30, and I was like, hey, I'll be there around 12. Just about to get in the shower. He was doing the same thing. Boom.
Nice.
Pick him up. We go over to Wendy's. We hadn't eaten yet. Crush some fucking spicy chicken, some burgers, fries, all the happy shit.
Little classic Harmer style.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hop right on the fucking turnpike. Boom. Straight shot to Harrisburg. 3 hours.
Boom.
We-
Not bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all. So we got here, and then, we dicked around for a little bit. We set up most of the podcast stuff, and then we were like, let's go grab some
That
grub.
was smart.
Yeah, we
That was
just
smart, by the way.
we had some time to kill, and we figured it'd be easier to do it before the show rather than get all tired after the show and try and set everything up.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
No,
happened.
no.
So we walked to a Mexican restaurant. It's about 15. It's literally 30 seconds from the place where the show is. So it's
Shout him
very
out on the
close.
podcast. What's the name?
Trey
Trace
Hermanos,
Hermanos.
Yes.
which means 3 brothers.
Good job, Jimmy.
So
Yeah, nailed it.
where what'd y'all have?
I had some carnitas tacos and a tostada.
I had chicken quesadillas with rice and
Oh God, you're
some
so white.
guacamole and
I love guac.
and lettuce, tomato, and some verde hot sauce.
Love that stuff.
That means green.
Yeah, it sure does.
We're learning here.
Thank you very much, Miss Whole Lot. I appreciate it.
No, but
Wait, what's wrong with a chicken quesadilla?
It's just the white people version of, it's a grilled cheese sandwich, basically.
We should talk about.
I'm just kidding. I love chicken quesadillas.
We should talk about the walk.
Yeah, let's talk about our walkover. So
Holy fuck.
Well, tell me about the walk.
we head outside and it's it's a light drizzle. It's been like on and off rainy all day. So we walk outside like okay, we can walk in the rain, no big deal. Jimmy happens to carry 2 umbrellas in his car at all times apparently.
Of course he does.
So-
James Arthur Esquire, brother. What
One
are you
for
talking
me,
about?
one for a client.
So he whipped those out and we got
I fucking love that. That's awesome.
across the street from the hotel and it just was from that point forward torrential downpour.
Dude, like the worst monsoon rain.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
and-
yeah, it was bad.
We're like the only assholes
And how far is the
walking.
walk?
Like 15 minutes of straight monsoon weather, and it fucking stopped probably 30 seconds before.
Not to mention we
didn't.
didn't know exactly which direction we were walking.
So we took a minor.
So Jimmy's on his GPS for walking directions.
My phone's like soaking wet, and I'm like, I think we go this street, and it was
He was like, "Look at it. Do we go this way?"
So we took one little detour, but we ended up getting there. But we were fucking pants were soaked, shoes, socks soaked. So we didn't know
Oh,
what the fuck.
no.
And
Pretty
yeah,
much soaked from waist to toe.
Yeah.
We were, the upper half was good because Jimmy did have the umbrellas. But like my pants were soaked. I was wearing Chucks. Of course, they were soaked through. And
Yeah,
through.
they're super waterproof.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after we eat, we walk back, and you could just hear our feet like smush, smush, smush,
Oh,
smush.
It's
And-
like walking to high school when we were young. You have to walk in the snow, and we all wore
Oh,
Chucks. That
Exactly.
That was awesome.
Same thing. So we get back here and we're like, fuck, what are we going to do? Because, nobody brought an extra pair of shoes. We all have extra socks.
Because who does?
Right. So we first we tried using the hairdryer in the bathroom.
I bet that smelled wonderful. Yeah, that's
Well-
a good idea.
Well, no, the problem was Chuck used it on his jeans and it automatically shuts off when it overheats. And it overheated in like fucking 3 minutes.
Oh
So
Christ!
so it's shut off. We couldn't use that
Yeah,
anymore.
I was in there for maybe 5 minutes just trying to blow dry my pants and my shirt, and it shut off and wouldn't come back. It came back on eventually, but it only lasted for about a minute.
So
Ah, fuck.
we ended up cranking the heat on our fucking AC unit or whatever, and put our shoes on top of that, and it actually worked.
It did.
So I was pretty
Nice.
excited about that. So it kind of averted a little bit of a disaster that we could have had, but yeah, worked out. I'm happy about it.
Nice.
And then right after that, we just went to the show, and it was great because as soon as we got there, we missed all the bands. Me and Chuck just wanted to see Coheed. We don't give a shit about opening bands, pretty much, unless they're good opening bands, obviously.
Right.
And they only had one opening band, and Chuck played a couple of their songs.
We listened to a song before to see what they were like, and we were like, yeah, that's fine if we, miss that.
Yeah. If we don't see that, that's
we both agreed on that wholeheartedly.
And we totally missed them. It was perfect.
Yeah, as we were walking around the corner to get into the venue, you could hear the music outside, right? So we heard them. They were, on their last song. They fucking finished up. We walked in. Nobody's on stage.
No,
so it was
they're
perfect.
setting up for Coheed. So we grabbed a beer. To
That's awesome.
Literally 10 minutes later, they started fucking rocking the fuck out. What'd they open with?
How long was your set?
Oh, dude.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, they played.
Jesus.
And it was like kind of all over the board, too.
Yeah, it was at least one song from off of each album.
Pretty much, yeah.
They played I think they played 3 songs from Second Stage because it's the 20th anniversary, this month of that album.
Wow. That happened pretty quick.
They
They played Devil in Jersey City, which everybody went crazy for.
Awesome.
What else did they play?
I should go.
A couple other ones. I didn't. Oh yeah, this is why we need our notebooks, but we don't have that.
And
They played a couple other songs,
what's
over
the
2
album
hours.
called? Is it like In Keeping Secrets or some shit?
In Keeping Secrets 3, something like that.
They opened with In Keeping Secrets.
Yeah. So they opened with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
that sets the tone real nice.
It's the perfect opener.
It did, and it was perfect.
That's the last song.
because again, remember we got there late, so there's a whole fucking crowd ahead of us. And me and Chuck are vets, so we're like, okay, fuck this, we're definitely getting to the front.
And skirt. Yep.
That's exactly what happened when they hit the fucking first beat, when the music started going crazy. Chuck went fucking fullback mode, and I was like the tailback.
I told Jimmy I've been doing this for over 20 years.
Yeah,
I know how to get up front. It's not a problem.
it's not hard.
Yeah.
You squeeze your shoulders together and you just go.
Now, Chuck's going through. There's a couple of fucking meatheads with full beers, and fucking he spills their beer, and then they try to like cut me off, and I just kind of fucking shoulder through them. Beer spilled everywhere. I honestly thought I was getting punched in the back of the head. I'm surprised I didn't. That shit's happened to me so many times before.
I'm gonna get him punched one of these days.
It's happened before. Like I've been punched in the back and the side of the head for that shit before, but I don't care.
Charlie's like 6'3", so no one swings at Charlie. Then Jimmy's leprechaun ass.
Yeah, I follow.
And
they're like,
you in the back of the head.
That's exactly what happened.
The little guy.
Yeah, every fucking time.
Not fair, Charlie.
I'm worried that we're gonna get in trouble for being too loud.
Are we really being loud?
Wouldn't that be hilarious if, like, the first time
on.
you guys ever get the security called on you for the first time ever in Jimmy's life for it not being a party?
I know. They'll just come up here and be a couple of nerds.
Two dudes sitting on a bed with microphones.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're good. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Keep at it, guys.
You open the door in your underwear like, you guys want to come in?
Hi, are you the gatekeeper?
I'm the key master. My name's Vince Clortho.
What else would you say about it, Chuck?
I would say
they played all three singles off their new. Didn't they play all three?
Yeah, they did play all three
singles off.
Nice.
That they just came out with, and obviously my favorite's Liars Club. I talked about that last time.
It was so good live.
They so good live.
Probably fucking ripped.
Dude, they played it during the finale too, or the
encore set.
They played that, and that. So they only played two songs in the encore. It was that and Welcome Home, and it was awesome because he busted out the fucking.
I love that fucking song.
Not just that.
The double neck.
The double neck guitar.
Oh, it's always the double neck for Welcome
And
Home.
he just crushes it.
Hell yeah.
Every time.
Fucking hair is going everywhere.
Dude, it's amazing. I got so many good videos.
What about did you get a video of the fucking machine gun move?
Yeah.
So Claudio's been doing this thing on this tour where he does it with his Explorer guitar.
Nice.
So he'll pick his guitar up, hold it up,
like it's
kind
a
of
rifle.
like almost like up on his shoulder, and holds the neck out towards the crowd and goes like he's shooting us, and it's so fucking cool. He's so cool.
Blows me away with the nose.
Johnny Cash. That's a Johnny Cash move.
Yeah. Very
Exactly,
similar to that.
That's awesome.
It just
That's a
looks
hell
so
of a
cool.
move.
Hell
yeah. Plus, an
fucking awesome.
Explorer is such a fucking rad guitar. It's one of my all-time favorite Gibsons.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I never felt like I could ever pull one off. I think they're like, you got to be a pretty fucking cool guy.
You gotta be a
to play an
shredder. You gotta be
Explorer.
a shredder for an Explorer, right?
Yeah. Jed had one all through like the early years of the Switch. It was a badass guitar.
That's fair. He's allowed to have one.
Yeah, the
sure.
Dread. Yes, Jed is a shredder, so he's allowed to have one of those.
That's awesome.
You're awesome.
But yeah, so they played Final Cut, which I love to hear live because they all do a solo. Final Cut is the last song on Good Apollo.
It's like borderline jam band style.
Yeah.
Dude, the drums on that song. Wow.
That dude is a fucking freak, dude. He is so sick.
It's just
what
crazy.
the fuck is his name?
I don't even.
Josh Eppard.
Yeah. He even, like, when I was watching this morning, getting ready to have this podcast with you guys, actually listen. The last song I heard was In Keeping Secrets, actually, when I got out of that car. But I was watching a video of them earlier with a fucking symphony, and Josh is playing one of those cajon things.
Yeah. The Here to Mars?
Yeah.
At the Kennedy Space Center?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how. I mean, I have drums. I hit them with sticks, and they sometimes sound right. but I don't understand how they get so much fucking sound out of one of those
I
little
know.
boxes.
Even
It's so cool.
I know. I don't get it. He's just so good. But he crushes his drum set. I mean,
Yeah, he beats
hits
the
him.
piss out of them. Yeah, his attack is fucking wicked. And he has a heavy ass foot
Well,
too.
yeah, Jimmy said he was bleeding at one point during the night because we think he hit himself in the face.
Yeah, I think the drummer hit himself in the face with a stick.
Because
I
he
do that all
hits
the time.
him.
And
Mine's because I look like a blind person trying to play my drum set. I'm terrible at it.
oh, dude, I've definitely hit myself in the face multiple times with a stick. It just happens.
Yeah, I'm sure Josh gets a lot of recoil when he's, into it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so badass, dude. What you said about 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn close to it. Yeah.
I can't imagine playing a 2-hour fucking set, dude.
And it's not like they played any like ballads or really slow songs. They were all fucking ragers.
I would agree with that.
They
did.
You know,
They did play the Afterman, which is kind of a slower song, but it's not like
Yeah, one slightly slow song, but that was it.
Everybody
Can
needs
I-
that
can I-
break though.
Can I be honest? Am I too much of a just a cynic? I fucking hate it. I don't like encores. Just fucking keep playing.
I know. It's like
It's not like a cool thing. You planned it, you fuck. Like, you're standing out back and you guys are high-fiving and shit, and that's all great and grand. But just get back on
it's just
here. I'm
kind of
not yelling.
It's kind of
Not yelling.
it's kind of a given now though at this point.
who started it? Wasn't it like the
Yeah.
Who started that or something like that?
That would be awesome, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna say yes.
It goes back to like the 70s or 60s.
But the whole idea of it is like, oh, maybe they'll come back out. Oh yeah, they did.
I
But,
know.
like, motherfucker, we know you're coming back out.
the way
Just
I think
stay
about
out
it-
here.
Well, you know what? So the Me Without You show I went to in December, Aaron actually came back out for a second encore, which I don't think was necessarily planned. We just wouldn't leave. It was incredible, and he just
Okay, but that's a whole different thing, though. You know what I mean? Like, or not a whole different thing, but it's a different type of thing. Like where he came back out because everyone is hollering and whatnot, and it's a second one, and that's different. But the first one was just fucking stupid. Just say, we'll be right back. We're gonna scratch our balls and get a beer. See you in 2 minutes.
Right.
yeah, I don't even think it was 2 minutes, honestly.
Yeah. So you're right.
That's it.
I mean,
it
I know what
annoys
you're
me,
talking about.
I went to see the Foo Fighters at Console before I moved down here, or whatever it was called at that point, and they did the encore thing, and it was like it was the first time ever in my life I realized how much that annoys me, and it didn't make sense or anything. I was just sitting there like, this is fucking dumb. Come back out, just fucking play, and let's
Waste
get
of
out of
time.
here.
Yeah, right.
Like we're gonna have to stand in lines to get out of this bitch, and I'm gonna be nuts to butts with all kinds of
Yeah, and
stinky,
then there's
sweaty
gonna be
people.
lines getting out of the parking garage.
Just
all that
play that
bullshit.
bitch. Come on.
I
We
hear
know
you.
you're
I hear
coming
you.
back out.
It doesn't bother me though.
The way I look at it,
I know it's stupid that it bothers me, but it always has.
No, I mean it makes sense, but it just, it doesn't bother me.
the way I look at it, it's the same thing as like at the end of every Marvel movie, how they have like a little extra scene at the end.
Easter egg,
Yeah.
little Easter egg deal.
That's the way I think about it.
Are they the ones that fucking started that? TL asked me that the other day because we watched tons and tons of like Marvel movies and shit like that. And
I don't think they.
now
I don't think they
now we're at the
started it.
point. Well, we're at the point when we finish watching movies, we like always fast forward through the end just in case there's
Yeah.
something there.
Yeah, because they even do it with the shows now on Disney Plus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's kind of.
they definitely popularized it for sure.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I don't remember that being a thing before that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Before, like, the kind of explosion from the early 2000s till now of all the superhero movies.
So yeah, this was absolutely by far one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life. I had a really great time.
Chuck got a
Now, is that one of the things that people say just after they see a really, really, really good show, or was that genuinely one of the best shows you've ever seen in your life?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
Oh, fair enough.
just all in all, Coheed is one of the best live bands you'll ever see, and this being such a small setting just made it that much better.
Correct.
His voice live is just as good as on the record.
It is.
and
It's
that's so crazy. That's
the
so
same
fucking
thing.
crazy.
Yeah, Jimmy took some videos.
And the
He'll send you some.
register. Nice. The register that he sings in, dude. Like how the fuck, bro? How do you
I cannot sing with
go
him at all.
full Geddy Lee from beginning to fucking end?
He does. He's exactly like that, dude. He's Geddy Lee,
On the
resurrected.
guitar. Geddy Lee with cooler hair, that's for damn sure. And not from Canada, so
Geddy
not
Lee.
that that's a
Yeah,
bad
but
thing.
Geddy Lee's got those cool glasses though, with the
Right.
purple tint.
There's a really rad documentary on maybe it was
I think it's
Apple
Netflix.
or
Yeah, I totally
Is
watched
it
it.
Yeah, I
Netflix?
watched it.
I watched
it
that.
was so fucking
I know, it's
Yeah.
so cool.
One of my favorite parts
They're
is
so awesome.
they're standing. Rush is a fucking incredible band. They're standing in front of their high school or something like that, and like the only like thing they could talk about of them being rebels was the one time they cheated off each other
Yeah,
and
right.
got away with it.
They're like total
'Cause
dorks.
I can't think of it wasn't Neil Peart, but it was the guitar player. I can never remember his name. He's fucking amazing. But it was him and Geddy. They went to school together, like all through elementary school and high school and whatnot. And that was the one thing that they could bring up. They're so Canadian and so polite. And they're like, yeah, we really raged when we were young in science class, and. But then again, that's how we get great songs. All the fun craziness that they write about, just like Coheed, very similar.
Yeah, that was the one thing I noticed at this show. Like, I do not know a lot of lyrics from Coheed songs. I just don't. I know the drum parts, but that doesn't help me when everybody's fucking singing.
Dude, I noticed that today when I was listening. Like in my Forerunner, the sound system in the cars in the Forerunner is pretty nice, and I could more crisply hear him than I normally would through like my ear pods or some shit. And I was like actually able to like understand some lyrics from In Keeping Secret that I should know by now for damn sure. I've been listening to that album for 25 years or however fucking long it's been around. But how long has it been around, Chuck?
About 19 years.
Yeah, I'd say damn near.
Charlie is full blown like Rain Man when it comes to like information about Coheed and
just music in general, really.
Well, but I mean, like Charlie, you really focus down on some of them, like Me Without You. Charlie has all the info on Me Without You.
In Keeping Secrets came out maybe a year and a half after Second Stage. I'd say 18 months.
Because that would have been 2004?
2003.
I think it came out in 03, yeah.
Yeah.
It was because it was right after we graduated.
Second Stage came out in March of 2002, and In Keeping Secrets was, I want to say, fall sometime of 2003.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah,
it was after we got out of high school.
Correct. Yes.
I got it, and then I was working at Verona Giant Eagle doing night stock.
I remember when you worked down there. That was back.
That was a terrible job.
That was back when we would hang out at Dan Schmidt's apartment.
Hell yeah! Oh, I forgot all about that. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
That was a fun time down there. That's where I met Jenny.
Oh, that's right. I'll never forget that shit. I was that was so convenient. I lived like a block away from there. We had this friend Danny, and he had a couple of roommates, and they lived directly across the street from the police department in Verona. And it was like our first group of buddies who had like their own place that we could be absolutely insane in and get away with it.
Yeah.
And it was directly across the street from the police department, and there was plenty of things we were doing illegal in that building. And
for sure,
you could like look out the window and know good and how well like that's the Verona cops. They're not going to do a fucking thing about it.
Oh, and we had to be so loud too, because the landlord lived right downstairs, but I don't think he was like. He wasn't like.
He was young, if I remember correctly.
He wasn't too much. He might have been like in his early 30s at the time, we'll say. But like he would come up and party with us, so there was no like noise complaint from neighbors. So that place was wild.
The first time I met that guy, actually, I was drinking with him, and I like said something like, "Oh man, we should probably be more quiet because I don't know if their landlord cares or whatnot." And he was like, "Yeah, we're good." And then I found out a couple minutes later it was him. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We got his permission. Let's be louder then.
Well, not just that. You got to understand, it's a two-way street. A lot of landlords are just hoping that their fucking tenants will pay the goddamn rent.
Yep. Well, they had what? There was 4 dudes living in that place or something like that. And they all had pretty good jobs and shit. So I don't think their rent was ever late, and they didn't beat up the house or anything too much.
That's a perfect tenant.
Oh, never mind. We had like part of the ceiling fall down one time.
Yeah, that was Jenny.
I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't
I'll
gonna say
say
that
it.
at all. I was making face at you so you would get it and you laugh. But
Yep.
So Jenny's raising the roof? Is that what's happening?
Oh, she's bringing it down. I mean, she's raising
Yeah.
the roof in the Amish term of the word.
yeah. Actually one thing I remember from that, I believe it was the same evening, was I think you guys had just started talking or dating or something of that nature, and she thought we were plotting on you because we were all drinking, and I think she was pretty drunk. And
Yeah, I mean, there were toothpicks, something about toothpicks. There was 99 bananas. There was water balloons, a lot of beer, and among other things. And it was, it was insane down there. And it was so much
Remember
fun.
I don't want to say the one dude's name, but there was one person who lived there at one point that just constantly made weird stuff up. You remember what I'm talking about? Don't say the name, but do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You ever meet one of those people that just like they're not cool with reality and they just embellish every goddamn thing they say? That was this person.
Yeah.
Like, oh, when I was in Nam or some shit, and you'd be like, bro, you're 20-some years old. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
And it's a shame because he was such a. I mean, I haven't seen him or spoken to him.
No clue, but he
Since
was always
then.
a sweetie.
But he was so
He
nice.
was always a fuck.
But yeah, he was a
sat there
he was a bullshitter.
He was talking to me one day, Jimmy, and was like, bro, you play bass, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's awesome. We should start a band. I'm like, okay, sure. What do you play? And he's like, I'm a drummer. I'm like, that's always good to have around. Yeah, for sure. And then he turned like fucking some bad music on 311 or some shit and was like tapping on the thing, and it was so bad it looked like he couldn't hear the music. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck? Because I didn't know the dude too well at that part. And then the one other roommate was like, yeah, he's a great dude, but he just doesn't ever tell the truth about anything. So
I remember hearing about that drum set forever. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my drum set down. We'll get it set up. Like, I don't think I ever saw it though.
No, it didn't exist. I think that was kind of the deal. It wasn't a thing. Yeah, I don't think you would know. But either way, we shouldn't talk bad. It's an edited podcast.
Yeah. Okay. No, I know who he is.
You do?
Yeah.
His name was Steve.
Yeah.
So Steve, he was just out of his gourd. But the one other dude that lived there.
This is so comfy, by the way.
I know.
You guys just look comfortable. I mean, like, I'm jealous. I mean, I'm sitting on a big old office chair and comfy, but you guys look.
Padded headboard is key.
It really
Jimmy's gonna appreciate it later when his forehead's bouncing off.
Yes, he will. He sure will.
Charlie's a gentleman. He likes to do it facing you. I know this from experience. Oh, high school.
I snagged up a copy of the comic adaptation of Good Apollo Burning Star 4, Volume 1, with Claudio's signature on it. I have a signed copy.
That's badass.
I got it right from the merch table. It was only
$20.
bucks. So
crazy.
I thought
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna, because I got a T-shirt and then I asked the guy how much the signed comic was, and he was like, "Oh, $20." I was like, "All right, I'll take one of those too."
You imagine how much merch money they probably make, like, because they don't do just T-shirts and hoodies, right? They have a ton of shit.
Yeah, just your typical stuff: T-shirts, hoodies, posters, tour posters,
Albums and whatnot.
albums. And then they have. I should have got the action. They have action figures.
Time out. For real?
It wasn't of them though.
Oh, well, that's not
no,
cool.
it
I
was.
thought it was gonna. I was like, dude, I want
It's
my
Coheed.
Claudio.
The action figures are Coheed and Cambria from the said Coheed and Cambria universe.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Claudio.
Right. Well, Claudio is, Coheed and Cambria's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Claudio's the crowing. He's the savior of the story.
Huh.
How about that?
Huh.
Yep.
Learn something new every day. I really should just read the goddamn comics so I can catch up.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, you should.
The Crowing is one of my favorite songs of theirs.
Well, the crowing, the song is about pretty much Ambelina, who is
I've always said that if I'd ever had a child and she was
it's a cool name,
and
right?
she wanted a cool name, Ambelina's a dope ass name.
Ambelina is a prize, Prise, which are angel-like creatures who guard the keywork. So the crowing is about Ambelina. The prize tells her to burn her wings off and come down and guide Claudio to become the crowing.
Yeah, it's like some Jedi shit.
How does this dude come up with this shit, dude?
I don't know,
know.
man.
Like,
It's so good.
You guys know, like I like to write a little bit, and I have like a couple stories I've been working on and shit. And I am so not creative. Like, how do you come up with shit like that, dude? Like, I know he's read like all of the sci-fi, I'm sure, and he's a big comic book guy, and I'm sure that helps you become more creative and whatnot. But Jesus, dude.
Yeah, he just runs with it.
But yeah, so the comic book company is called Evil Inc. Comics. So if anybody's interested in ordering any of those,
I might have to.
yeah, it's a pretty good story. The main story has never been completed as far as I know, because there was never the comics for No World for Tomorrow. The comics for No World for Tomorrow were never finished in their entirety. So we're still waiting.
Oh,
on
really?
that.
So there's not like a compendium on it or anything?
We're still waiting on the ending for that. And then Year of the Black Rainbow's prequel. That's a novel. And then Vaxis 1 has a novella that you could get with the box set. And Vaxis 2, you can actually pre-order right now, also comes with a novella, which I think is like 80 pages or some shit. And that also comes with a box set. And I think the Afterman also had a similar novella.
Huh.
And you can find those if you look hard enough in PDF form on the internet, or they might even be available on like Amazon in digital form.
I'm gonna have to look on Amazon.
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, I'm pretty psyched about my signed copy of Good Apollo.
Yeah, I would be too.
So make sure you don't leave it on your table and ruin it, like you did with the signatures from something that I can't recall off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I
Was
got
it a Thursday or something?
Yeah, I got a signed set list from Thursday from one of their live streams, and I left it on the dining room table. And Jax, the Shih Tzu, likes to hop up on the dining room table sometimes, and he stepped all over it. It's still in good shape, but there you can see little claw marks in it. I was mad at Jax for about an hour.
That's Jax.
If there's paw prints on it, it might have made it cooler. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, paw prints are cute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's adorable, bro.
I'm sure the Thursday guys like dogs.
Yeah, of course.
You like dogs? If they don't like dogs, you know what? I might not have to like them anymore.
Speaking
That's a good point.
I can't be friends with people who don't like animals. I'm just saying.
Yeah, same.
It's always
weird.
so weird to me whenever you meet somebody and they're like, I hate dogs.
Yeah,
I hate.
Like what?
I'm not a cat person. You guys know I'm super allergic to cats.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
But,
Yeah.
So obviously I can't live with a cat, but I love Carlos. Carlos is a good kitty. She's pretty.
Rad ass cat.
That's a cool
She's beautiful.
cat.
She got a fresh brushing before I left today.
Like, I guess I got nothing against them,
She
really,
deserved
except they could kill me.
Yeah. It's totally.
That was the very first lie I told my wife. Pretty much the first time we ever hung out at her apartment. She had 2 cats, and she was like, "Do you like cats?" And I grew up with 1 cat, and it lived to be like 23, and it was the meanest fucking thing
Dude,
ever.
that cat lived forever.
Miss Kitty wouldn't give up the ghost, bro. Like she would. I swear, she lived off of my gravity ball water for like a decade and a half.
Well, did she? I know she was on 6th Street, then she was definitely on School Street, and she was still even when you guys moved up to what was that road in Penn Hills?
Oh, Springwood.
Yeah, she was still there, right?
Yeah. She kicked the bucket there, I believe.
That's crazy.
Thank God. That thing would not die. So I always thought I hated cats because I just kind of assumed they were all cunts like that cat. And because that thing had a vendetta against me ever since I was a child, apparently. My mom told me that I apparently stole a pair of like toenail clippers or something and clipped her whiskers off when I was like 3 years old or something.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, no.
And that bitch never forgot, bro. Like, she would hide underneath the table and like jump out onto my big ass head when I was like a toddler and shit. She fucking hated me. And the thing just wouldn't goddamn die. It would sit outside of my bedroom door and make these horrifying sounds in the middle of the night. And then they're like, come on, Miss Kitty, it's okay. Just go on into the darkness now.
Does your mom have any animals now?
Oh yeah, she has this tiny little Chihuahua. It's not the most friendly thing ever. It was a rescue animal, so you got to kind of build off of whatever the last person had. But she's putting a whole lot of effort into her. She had this really good dog for a while, but she passed recently, so she went out, got another rescue, and it hates everybody.
Of course.
And it's so fucking cute, bro. It's the tiniest little thing ever. And so, of course, like, you think like, oh, cute, I'm gonna get near it, and then it tries to eat your face.
It was just
it bit me like 30 times, but it has the tiniest little sandpaper teeth, so it's like, that didn't do shit.
Remember, Chica was kind of a little dick too, wasn't she?
Yeah, Chica was a Chihuahua that I had growing up, and she looked like a Heineken keg can with like little sticks coming out. She was the fattest little fucking dog ever.
She was so fat.
Yeah, she was. That
Dude,
was so funny.
My parents used to feed her fast food like once or twice a week. They would get her like Taco Bell.
Oh
like,
my god,
that's low key racist as shit unintentionally. like you guys can't. Did you get her like some fucking Corona too? Like, what are you guys doing here?
That's incredible.
But yeah, she didn't give up the ghost for a long fucking time. That thing, it would, after a while, one of its legs would just randomly kick out like a kickstand to the side, like out of nowhere, and she would walk around with this leg kicked out.
Yeah, Bootsy, who was my toy poodle growing up, she lived to be
best.
She lived to be 16.
I remember Bootsy.
Fucking Bootsy, that piece of shit. Remember?
She was like mean as shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, BA knows Bootsy. Bootsy, that piece of shit.
I was, the first thing I thought of was BA. Every time you say Bootsy, I think of Charlie, myself, and Mr. BA, Brandon Allison.
One of our number one listeners.
Probably the number one listener. He's listening right now. I'm sure of it. I'm not sure of it, but if he isn't, I'm disappointed in you, BA. But he's our number one listener for goddamn sure. But we all worked up at the elementary school, and he would drive us back and forth to work, the bestest. And every time we'd pull up in front of Chuck's house, Bootsy would always be on the porch, this tiny little toy poodle, all black. And he would just go, Bootsy, you piece of shit, every fucking time we pulled up.
She was a mean dog, though. She was
mean.
Hey, Charlie, do you remember when I think we might have just got out of high school, or might have just still been in high school, and Chuck had this amazing boxer who was clearly inbred, but she was really sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That dog was Gwen. Dumbest dog ever.
Yep.
So sweet, though. That was so freaking cool.
Gwendolyn Stefani Lynch.
Gwendolyn Stefani Lynch, who anytime you would spit chew onto the floor,
or
she would
anything,
try to catch it in her
whatever
mouth.
You want to say.
Or anything, yeah. She would try to catch it in her mouth and like look at you and get all pumped, like, oh, you're gonna spit? Spit in my mouth, that's fine.
Yeah, she was my special girl.
So here's an embarrassing story that I'm gonna put out on the internet.
Go right ahead.
Awesome. So so I'm probably gonna butcher it because I've had tons of head injuries and I take some artistic liberties, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. We're hanging out at Charlie's house. If I remember correctly, we're all hanging in the living room, whole bunch of us there, a bunch of the buddies. If I remember correctly, I think Billy Orban might have been there, maybe a Blue or two, and a person that Charlie may or may not have been dating at the time was also there. And Charlie kept a treasure trove of prophylactics underneath his bed, in a giant eagle bag, used prophylactics. Trying to keep them away from the parents so they didn't know.
That is false. That is a false information. Nothing was used under there. That is false.
They were new?
They were yeah, that is a Billy Orban spin on a story. Thank you.
Okay. Well,
and
that's
yes,
fair.
I am calling him out.
You don't gotta get so serious about it. I told you at the beginning I might not be remembering it correctly. Either way,
No.
the
It's not
dog.
your fault. You are remembering it correctly, but what you're remembering is not true. If that makes
What?
sense.
No.
You're remembering the legend, but not the actual.
Ah, yes. Well done, James. Thank you. Either way, the
But
dog
please
comes
let me
downstairs.
repeat. I did not save used prophylactics. Audience, please don't think of me that way.
If I remember correctly, they were tied off. Anyway, the fucking dog came down the steps with this bag in its face and just starts whipping it around like it's a chew toy, right? And then, condoms come out of the bag, and Charlie's parents are sitting there, and the girlfriend is sitting there, and Billy's sitting there.
There's definitely some embellishment on this story, but go ahead.
You're a liar. You don't remember it.
I could just
Jimmy
see-
was there. He remembers.
I wasn't, but I could just see
No,
Bill,
you were.
Bill smirking and laughing. Just,
And Big Chuck out of left field. Billy, shut the fuck up or I'm going to punch you in the head.
So what did the girlfriend and the parents say?
I don't recall that part because I'm pretty sure at that point I'm hysterically laughing and trying not to pee on myself and probably forcing it to be even more awkward for Charlie at that point. So how did that go, Chuck?
Yeah, it was fine. Thanks for asking.
So
No,
there's
good.
no
Good.
reaction from the parents? Just kind of,
Hey, this is Rob's story.
we're going to sweep this under the rug kind of
Oh,
deal?
no. I'm sure at this point, Charlie's little sisters were pretty gnarly during that time period. So, just crazy ass teenagers and shit. So I'm sure they had plenty of other things to be terrifying and worried about other than Charlie bumping uglies.
Just be happy to see condoms, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking they were more happy to see a girl. But yeah, condoms too.
What a dick. Hey, I was happy to see a girl too,
Hey, man.
Hey man, I'm still always happy. I
Right.
don't even understand how it ever keeps working out this way for me. But dude, so Jimmy,
So,
since I just told a horrifyingly terrible story about Charlie, and probably more horrifying and terrible because of the way I remembered it, not necessarily the true fact. Tell me an embarrassing story about high school. Go.
me?
Number one. Yeah, go for it.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be about you necessarily.
Yeah, just tell me a fun story. I mean, we don't have shit else to talk about.
Let me think. I mean, I definitely did a bunch of embarrassing shit before.
Oh, everything I did was embarrassing for the most part. I'm pretty sure. I was a cringy little kid.
Yeah, I got caught a couple times with girls by their parents. That was pretty embarrassing.
I never had that happen. Thank God, dude. That had to be just fucking horrible.
Dude, the worst
Dad or mom? Because that's the biggest deal there. Because
worst one was a dad, and
Did we just
Please
talk
tell me it
about
wasn't-
this last-
we did, I think.
Yeah,
did you actually? Well, what, who cares? Shut up. Was it the dad that looked like Hulk Hogan? Don't say the chick's name.
No, it wasn't
Oh,
him.
thank God. That dude was big and horrifying. My God.
No, this was we all know the girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but
No, obviously, yeah.
we were in like a little pantry thing, and
getting some snacks.
getting some snacks,
I
and
know this one.
and oh god, so embarrassing. We're like fooling around a little bit. Hand is full blown in this chick's pants, and the door opens, and it's her dad, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die.
In case you guys missed this, that was the kitchen pantry that Jimmy was sitting with the girl. It wasn't like it was a random spot in the house. Dude's a dirty dick in the kitchen.
Hey, you do what you gotta do. But that's probably, the most embarrassing thing I've done, I think. I mean, I passed out a lot, drunk. You remember that? Oh, that's a good one. You remember when Joe picked me up when I was all fucking hammered? Your cousin?
Yeah.
He's such a fucking asshole.
That's fucking yeah. Well, that's a good bailout though. At least he picked you up.
Dude, he did. I could have got arrested. So shout out Joe. Thanks for hooking me up. But
Right on, dude. Fuck it. It's always good when an older person comes in and goes, "Hey, young buck, get the fuck in the car."
yeah, until he starts fucking slamming on the gas and then slamming on the brakes, and I'm like,
Oh
dude.
man, that's
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's
He-
the rudest shit to do to somebody when
he-
they're hammered.
He did that the entire way to my house, which is only like 3 blocks, but I'm like, dude, you need to stop doing that. I'm going to throw up in your car.
Yeah. Your Sunbird is gonna be covered in fucking vomit here in a moment.
And like literally after, like as soon as I opened the door out of his car, it was just like all over the place. Or might have got some in the car.
See, dude, I wish I could say that I was a teenager the last time I threw up in somebody's car from being hammered, but I threw up in Artie's car. We all were sitting at a bar in Swissvale, and the bartender was taking shots with us, so shit got really wild really fast. And we're all laughing and joking around, driving back over to Codwell's house, which wasn't too far away in Swissvale. And I think I was like laughing, and everything was like fine. And then I was like, ha 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 ha, ooh. Out of nowhere, left field, all of the whiskey that I had earlier in that day decided to come flying out.
Oh,
and I just
yeah.
swung the door open. Thank God I had my seatbelt on. I just like swung the door open. But I didn't make it. And Artie just looked at me and was like, no, just no. What the fuck? And I just like kept going, I'm sorry. And Jed was, I think, caught a little whiff and started throwing up out of his window.
Oh.
And we're driving down the street in Swissvale, and that went well.
And everyone's
So,
just puking
yeah,
out of
It's
the car.
like the blueberry
Well,
pie eating contest.
Yeah, exactly, with the castor oil or whatever. The worst part, the most embarrassing part was, I had to go to Matt's house, Codwell, and A-Train, his wife, Adrian, is like the sweetest human ever. And Matt goes upstairs and she's like helping me clean myself up or whatever because I'm embarrassing as hell and there's vomit all over me. And she's doing me a solid. And Matt comes downstairs and he's like, I'll go get you a t-shirt, buddy. He comes down with a size small t-shirt.
Oh yeah, he's a
I'm
twig.
260 some pounds at this point, and he hands me a schmedium. And I'm like, God, well, this is never going to fit me. He's like, yeah, I know. I got the smallest one possible. Put it on. Fine. My man titties are hanging out of the side, all individually wrapped. My gut's hanging out of the bottom, and I'm just sitting on his porch. He's like, you're not allowed to come in. You covered in puke. You ain't coming in the house. Oh, sad.
I have a similar embarrassing story. So me and my brother, we were in fucking Europe. We just packed enough because when I had been there before, I was like, oh yeah, we can do laundry somewhere on the trip. Well, not this tour apparently. So we ran out of clothes.
Oh, shit.
So I had to buy a shirt in the middle of fucking Switzerland. And if you know anything about European fashion, it's completely different from American.
Oh, the sizes are teeny.
Not only are the sizes teeny, but
And they're numbered.
it's just everything's cut so differently. And so I have this fucking ridiculous V-neck shirt that literally comes down to like past my nipples. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Get me out
Bro,
of
it
this.
has your belly button's hanging out of the fucking V-neck.
It was so embarrassing. Like, horrific. I'll never.
You just needed to change your name to like Sven Volkerst or some crazy ass name.
Seriously, it was bad.
I have a throw up story. I have 2 throw
Go
up
for it.
stories.
Fuck it.
I just threw up in
Nice.
Chuck's backyard last year.
Yeah, you did. Victor
I've
got,
definitely thrown up back there.
Victor
Oh
got it the
no.
next day.
Oh, delicious.
Sorry, buddy.
Victor's all hammered walking around.
Yeah. So my 22nd birthday, Rob, I'm sure you were there. We did a bar crawl through Oakmont.
Yep.
We had a pretty good crew.
This is a good one. I like this story.
We had a pretty good crew. I think we started at the tavern, worked our way down, hit up, tavern. Steve's Inn was even still there.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Oh shit, that's right.
Cheers, and then we ended the night at
Carnivores.
Carnivores, of course, which is, I can see my house from Carnivores, okay? It's half a block away.
Yeah, that's an awesome location. Even though I never really went to that bar unless you went there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's
fine.
all right.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I think I've only been in the Oakmont Tavern once or twice.
I like the tavern.
Tavern's all right.
It always felt like a high school reunion.
And you
then
know,
it's not for me.
what's his
Sometimes.
name now owns the tavern as well.
John Keefe.
He
Oh,
bought,
no shit. Good
he
for
bought the
him.
tavern. He's got a bar monopoly going on.
Always liked that dude. He
anyways,
was cool as
so we
shit.
did a bar crawl for my 22nd birthday. Of course, we were annihilated, drinking, doing shots, drinking whatever anybody would buy, of course. So, I get the urge that I'm gonna vomit, right? So I start to head out. I start to head out to the parking lot.
Oh, this is yeah. I believe I was behind you.
I start to head out to the parking lot to throw up outside like a gentleman would.
Like a gentleman, goddammit, yeah.
Well, I make it to the door, the glass door, and the vomit comes out right then onto the door, onto the glass door.
Mm-hmm.
The first spurt at least. And I was like, oh no, that's embarrassing. So I just keep going. I finish out in the parking lot. I go back in, Jen's the bartender, so I said, Jen, can I just get some water? And she's like, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Not a problem, buddy.
Somebody had to clean that up. I don't know. Yeah.
It's part of the job.
Dude, the rudest thing I've ever seen on a 21st birthday, it was when we were in Seaback. I was just waiting at one of the bars in the south side. I was at Smoky Bones. I was going to get some nachos. And it was like kind of like 6, 7 o'clock, but there was a handful of dudes there that were just fucking wasted drunk. They're getting some
At
young
Smoky Bones?
just Smoky Bones. Or not Smoky Bones. What was it called? Smokin' Joe's. It's it's right next to the tattoo shop that I used to work at in the south side.
Oh yeah, I know.
They have
okay.
they have awesome chicken
I was gonna say,
nachos. So
who's wasted at Smoky Bones?
that was a barbecue place that used to be in the Mills, right?
I think it's
Still there.
Somehow,
Oh,
some
really?
way.
Okay. I can't believe that place is still a place. But so I was hanging out, and the bartender did the dirtiest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. The kid is blackout drunk, and we're like, the guy just sitting there kind of like, eavesdropping like a mug. And I watched the bartender squeeze the bar rag out into a shot glass.
Oh.
And this dude banged the shot. His friends set him up. I'm pretty sure I heard him tell the bartender to do that. So the dude literally wiped the bar, went into the freaking rag, wrung it out. The kid took the shot.
Ugh.
That is horrible.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's so fucking rude, dude. I mean, it's bad enough that the whole reason you go out for your 21st birthday, you're aiming to get hammered, but in reality, you're entertaining all of your friends. It's the whole point is to
that's pretty much
make
what
the
it
other
is.
guy black out.
Right.
You're gonna have such a great time. You're not gonna remember any of it, but you're gonna have a great time.
That's why I hate drinking anymore. I just can't deal with fucking getting sick like that.
It makes me, no matter what, I
I
can
don't
have
remember my
two
21st
beers.
birthday, but maybe the job was done well for me then. I don't.
You're hammered.
Okay.
My
Take your
21st
word for
birthday. If you don't remember it so well, you must have done a good job. My 21st birthday, I went to Dave and Buster's. I was having fucking issues with my kidney at the time because I only have one kidney because I have great genetics, and I couldn't drink. I think I had like a beer, and I played video games. And you guys know how much I like video games. Not at all. So
Hell of a 21st.
I took Greg with me, and he didn't drink either at the time. I'm pretty sure my brother took us, and my brother was kind of like, "This was the weirdest 21st birthday thing I've ever been to." Like,
Yeah, shut up,
it's
James.
weird,
Grab some
nuts.
skee ball.
Yeah. Get over here and play this Jurassic Park game with me. Sit down.
Yeah.
So
Sweet
yeah,
game.
while we're still on the subject, my other throw up story was one of Artie's 4th of July parties.
Uh-oh.
Artie throws epic 4th of July parties. People,
Party the one-man party.
people drink like they've never drank before. I mean, back then, this wasn't that long ago. This was maybe 5 years ago.
Oh.
This is early 30s.
So, anyways, I'm still delivering pizzas at the time. So, I'm, working pretty late. Probably didn't get there till, we'll say, 10, 11 o'clock.
10, 11.
Of course, when I get there, Artie's like, "Hey, Charlie, Rumpleman's in the basement. Let's go." Artie has a bar in his
Candy
basement.
cane.
Dude loves his Rumplemans. I like Rumplemans too.
Me too.
But yeah, we did a bunch of those, of course, beers and whatever, and the night carries on. A couple hours later, I'm fucking schmammered, and Whole Shoe says, "Hey, let's do a sheets run." And I was like, "Yeah, I could go for some fucking mozzarella sticks right now." So from Artie's house, the sheets down on 286.
Alton? Oh.
No, other direction, yeah. I don't know. It's probably a 10-minute drive or something like that. And if you know the Plum area, all the roads are very windy, hilly.
Yeah, super windy.
So Whole Shoes driving, and I'm like, "Hey, dude."
Oh no.
I was like, "Hey, dude, I gotta throw up." So he pulls over, I throw up. He keeps going, and then I was like, "Hey, dude, I gotta throw up again." and like at this point, there's nowhere to pull over. There's like a guardrail right next to us. There's a car right behind him. So he's like, I can't pull over. You're just gonna like, can you wait? I was like, I don't think so. So he hands me like a giant Eagle bag, like his garbage bag for the car. He's like, just throw up in here. It'll be all right. I was like, okay, buddy, thanks. So I'm puking in the fucking bag. He pulls in the sheets. He's like, just wait here. He's like, do you still want anything? I said, no, I think I'm good, man. I'm sitting there throwing up in a giant Eagle bag. So we get back, 15, 20 minutes later. Artie has a tree in his yard. I crawl out of Whole Shoes' car, crawl over to the tree, which is probably a good 100 feet from where you parked. I literally crawled over to the tree, and that's where I remained until the sun rose. I slept under the tree. It was a good night.
It's like a little Christmas present. Like a drunken Christmas present. I've been there.
I've slept outside before. Jimmy, your dad found me in your remember like if you come out of the side door of your porch on Pennsylvania Avenue?
Yeah.
I was sleeping on that porch because we drank far too much. I think some older person let us drink grain alcohol. We were far too young to be doing that.
I slightly remember that.
It was one of Big E's brother's friends. I don't remember who the fuck it was. But we all got blackout drunk, and I think I went outside to like sneak and try to smoke a cigarette, and I just remained on that little stoop. And your dad like just came outside, probably just coming outside to get the fucking paper or some shit. He just sees this degenerate sleeping on his porch in broad fucking daylight in Oakmont on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I just talked to him 2 or 3 times today, actually.
Doing good?
Yeah, he's fine. My cousin just died.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. It's John Clayton. He's an older guy. Happens.
Yeah, still sucks.
Yeah, it's sad. So he was giving me the whole lineage, and every time I say anything family related, he just goes off on a tangent. He wants to recap the whole fucking family tree all the way back to goddamn.
See, dude, I love that shit.
I do too.
Love that shit.
I do too, to a degree. But he'll just keep going and going and going. I'm like, holy fuck.
Dude, so check this shit out. Speaking of family lineage and shit, yesterday I was there's a story in my family that my great grandma she was a witch, right? Mm-hmm. Supposedly. And it's like widely known through the family. Well, where she is from, Jimmy, have you ever been to Naples?
No. It's too far south. I haven't been there.
Not that far south. She was from Benevento, and it's apparently I just was Google searching like some of my family, like the last name, and my grandfather came from Italy, and they changed his name at Ellis Island like a number of times on all of his paperwork. It was spelled a bunch of different ways. So I just randomly on Google just started putting the random spellings and found out that that he was actually from that Benevento area where all of the witches are known to be from in Italy, which is pretty fucking rad.
Yeah.
Some like sacred walnut tree there or some shit. But pretty cool. So I'm searching, and then all of a sudden I find a marriage record from 1960 from my grandpap and another lady in fucking Las Vegas.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to bounce that off my mom. Like, hey, dude, we might have some more family in Las Vegas.
That's wild.
Grandpa was doing the standard Italian thing and going out there and spreading said seed all over the fucking
Dude's
place.
got like
apparently.
2 or 3 families.
I mean, that just
I was
sounds
in,
like he
I
was
was in
in The
different area
Godfather.
codes. Well, it's less of that, more of Teamster. He's a truck driver.
Ah.
But yeah, so I randomly like text my wife. She was out with her friends last night. I'm like, I'm pretty sure my grandpa may have had a second fucking family, and I just found it on the internet.
That's pretty
It was
fucking
It
wild.
was on that. It was on that ancestry website.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
I'm
oh
on that.
god damn, that's crazy.
Jenny just found out that she has another first cousin that nobody knew about.
Or brother. We don't know.
No, it's cousin.
Is it verified?
Yeah, it's absolutely verified.
Okay.
I don't know. Tom might have been out there, making some other babies.
Yeah, it was Uncle Steve. So
Uncle Steve.
We had a big talk about that a couple weeks ago.
so Jenny did, an ancestry thing, and so did her first cousin Jim. They both did an ancestry, so they're matched as first cousins on there. But then there was another random guy on there who also matched as both of their first cousins, not as a sibling for either of them. So that means, it wasn't Jenny's dad, Tom. It wasn't Jim's dad, Jim. So the only other brother is Uncle Steve. So that means this is Uncle Steve's kid, who, I mean, this guy's like in his late 50s, but this guy never knew his birth mother. He was given up for adoption at birth, and the birth mother died in 1977, so he never was able to contact her or anything. And the guy she listed on the birth certificate was not his actual birth father, because he has actually contacted that guy, and they have a relationship. And that guy's like super old, so like he thinks that
That's crazy.
So this old guy who he thought was his birth father, thinks that this is his kid now. So he's actually moving up to be closer to him. And he said, well, I'm not even going to tell him because he's old. He's going to die, relatively soon. So we'll just, we'll keep up with that. But he's coming to town next weekend to meet Uncle Steve and all the cousins.
Wow.
So,
that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
super cool.
Well, I mean, he was.
Hell yeah, the internet's cool for some shit. I mean,
Yeah,
right.
It's not all hate and bullshit.
Yeah, well, Jenny's actually the one who reached out to him when they saw that they had another first cousin that they didn't know who the hell it was. And
That's
so
fucking
Jenny
crazy.
was like, "Hey, dude, like, who are you?" And he was like, "I don't really know. I was wondering the same thing." And they've been, they've all been in contact ever since, getting it all sorted out. So it's pretty exciting.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's really cool. That's pretty fucking neat, dude. That'd be
What do you
really
think, Jimmy?
weird
Did I
to find out.
I tell the story right?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Sounded spot on to me.
I mean, I still think that the prophylactics were used in that bag is all I'm saying.
Come on, man.
Chuck in his jizz bag.
Just
Who would do that? Who would do that? Nobody would do
baby balloons
that.
all over the place.
Howard Hughes collected jars of piss.
Yeah, I ain't fucking Howard Hughes.
I know. You
Unfortunately.
You collect bags
Sorry,
of
guys.
jizz.
Yeah, Charlie was just trying to, corner the market for sperm donation. He was just, getting a backlog before he went in.
Yeah,
He
man,
was
I
trying to
didn't
make that money.
I didn't know you had to freeze it.
Well, I mean, you learned. You know now.
I
That's
thought
why
you
I
could-
don't ever eat ice cream at your house.
I thought lukewarm was fine.
That's the way it comes out of the tap. I mean, what the fuck?
Can't you just pop in the microwave for like 30 seconds or
man. You guys are sick.
something? It's going off the rails.
Charlie, been murdering babies since day one.
Good lord. Oh, the things that come back, huh?
People don't forget.
People don't forget.
But it's false. It's false information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it says you, but if other two people who were there, myself, William, say that it's true, I mean, we're kind of 2 against 1, really. So, I mean, in memories, I mean, James, you're a lawyer. They're like, you know about memories and how they're not good, and you can barely use that shit in court. So, I mean, Charlie, you're wrong.
I think you
Jimmy,
just
don't give a real answer.
I think you just told
Jimmy,
yourself
don't.
that you're wrong.
No, you. I was talking about you, though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys ready to wrap this up, or you got anything else?
I'm ready. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
I'm
I got
ready.
nothing.
Okay.
Let's do it. Land this bitch, Chuck.
Coheed show was amazing. Jimmy and I are very happy that we did this little romantic getaway.
I know.
We're calling it a vacation.
Yeah. One day vacation.
Nice.
Anytime I cracked open a beer, Jimmy said, "Hey man, you're on vacation. It's all right." And, he's not wrong. I mean, we're walking.
He's a good friend, is all.
We're walking everywhere, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
Crack-
dude, you're you know.
Crack some irons, have a good time. But yeah,
Crack
that
some
show was
irons and
that
have some
show was a
time.
10 out of 10. High contender for the best show I've ever seen, especially because of the small venue setting. God, it was so good.
Agreed.
And just the variety of songs they played from different albums, you couldn't leave there not being satisfied.
Yeah. 100%.
But anyways, let's land this bird.
Do it up, Chuck.
Check out our socials. We have a Twitter page. We also have a Facebook page. And we have a group on Facebook called the Found Wellers. So if you consider yourself a Found Weller, feel free to look us up and join the group. Maybe somebody can engage us.
Yeah, throw us a topic.
An
if you want us to talk
enlightening conversation, Somebody talk to us. I like chatting
We're here.
with people on the web. It's fun.
Yeah.
Hit us up on there or Twitter and find us on all the regular podcast platforms. And always, as we always say, check out our podcast friends, Fireside Chat, Mix Sauce, Case in Point, and Pod Rock Podcast. I'm sure there's others that we forget to mention, but those are our guys there. So check them out. Anything else, gentlemen?
I'm good.
No, sir.
All right. Well, I'm Chuck.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we hope this finds you well.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Oh, dude, that ending was the best part of it. I hope this finds you well.
Real fast.